You're going to get more comfortable with it. People will start asking for the tunes that they like, and that builds up a certain amount of confidence.
Just the other day, me and Frank were in a building. We were doing one of those facilities that we do during the day sometimes, and we were walking by a piano, and I go, Frank, I had this idea for this song. I played like a couple of seconds for it, and he goes, yeah, but I hear it differently. I said, how do you hear it? He took it, and he played, and it was just like 100 times better than how I heard it. But I only can hear it one way because I can't do what he can do.
Well, that reminds me of this. You may be able to use this in the podcast. It's kind of a funny historical thing. Irving Berlin, right? I'm a big historian.
White Christmas.
I'm a God Bless America, right?
He wrote God Bless America?
Yeah,
I didn't know
incredible
that.
writer.
White Christmas.
From Tim Panelli. A lot of the songs, classic American song book, are his. Anyway, it reminds me of the story. Irving Berlin, a brilliant melody writer, a brilliant lyricist, a brilliant guy with certain.
I think White Christmas is in like the Guinness Book of World Records or something.
He could hardly play the piano. Matter of fact, they had one of the first pianos that had a pedal on it that you would shift because he could only play like in 2 keys. And if he wanted to play for another singer, he'd have this thing that would shift the whole piano into a different key. This is talking about 1930s, 1920s, 1940s. So anyway, he was
kind of like my little Irish.
Yeah. So he was a big smoker. So when you see his piano, he never went out because he could only play. He didn't play the whole keyboard.
Right.
There's burns on the ivory keys because it's that time.
That's so cool.
From his cigarettes, he'd use it as like an ashtray. The piano.
On the other ends.
Because
he only played here.
Yeah, he'd be playing and put the cigarette sticking up in between the black keys.
Oh my
Irving Berlin. So anyway,
it's great.
You don't have to be a great musician or a great instrumentalist
to be a songwriter.
To be a great songwriter. That's why there are arrangers that could take, Irving Berlin, as an example again, required and used a lot of brilliant arrangers to take his ideas and make them into the hits that White Christmas.
You mentioned that about Sinatra the other day.
Sinatra was relying on, for the reprise, when he started Reprise Records, that the whole Fly Me to the Moon, late 60s, that was Quincy Jones. Before that at Capitol, it was Nelson Riddle.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd have these guys over for Sunday dinner because he knew that he had to develop a relationship with them, because without the arranger writing for the orchestra or the band or coming up with the groove, that's just as important as seeing it in the actual tune.
It's not his bag.
You can have a melody, chords, and lyrics, and everything working great, and you can play it on a kazoo and it'll sound good.
Yeah.
But how will you need someone to arrange the tune so it'll sound good for you and what you do?
Well, that's
the exciting thing about what's happening
does.
with Louis.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for it.
Because he gives me 4 or 5 different options when I come with a song.
Yeah, I'll give him like 5 different grooves.
They give me 5 different ways. I mean, the other day I came in with a song. I wanted something danceable, and I thought it was maybe like because we do some Casey and the Sunshine stuff, and we do like a whole medley of those of like 3 or 4 of them in a row. And it always gets people up to dance. So rather than go in and do Casey and the Sunshine Band, I said, let me try to write something like Casey. So I came in and I thought I wrote something like Casey. And I started playing it for him. He goes, this is Latin. This is Latin. And he started playing it in Latin too.
And it worked.
It was
Latin. But then I came back Sunday and said, you know what? I could put it in this groove too. So if you have serious, accomplished musicians that are really know their craft, and I say craft because it is a craft, they can give you the options because they have that skill set. It's like, once again, one more quote, and then I'll get off the quotes. I'm a quote nerd. David Foster, one of the most successful arrangers of our time. Whitney Houston, that Dolly Parton hit, "I Will Always Love You," right? That Dolly Parton tune that she had a good. He was the producer in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So many #1 hits you can't even imagine. But he produced all these records. He arranged all these songs. He said, once I come up with an arrangement, I get the best musicians possible, and I let them play.
Well,
I just let great musicians play because they may come up with something that I wrote, different than I heard it.
Right.
Songwriting is a complete different animal. I always said that.
It is.
I always, people would always ask, what are you? Are you a singer, piano player? I always refer to myself as a songwriter above all. Then, because I believe that's my best quality. That's my niche.
Yeah.
I've
heard one of your songs. You write great songs.
Yeah, I want to play.
I want to play one. I'm going to play a song for your CD.
Okay.
What song would you like me to play?
Well, I would have to say "Play Every Life" because it's the title.
I love it.
It's if people hear it and like it, they remember the title.
Absolutely,
They can find it on iTunes.
What were you going to say, Lou? I'm sorry.
No, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh,
Which
okay.
song he was going to play.
So check this out. This was actually
a lot of people have women more than guys. I think a lot of people have been telling me that they really like the ballad. My Heart Stands Still. It's a flat out like wedding song type.
It's the second song on the CD, which is a great song.
Thank you for playing any of them.
No, I would actually like to play both, but first, right now, this is Every Life, which is the first song on Frank's EP. I love it. You can get it on iTunes. Here it is, Every Life.
I see the hurt that you had so well. When you looked to me and asked, why hasn't love come for me? If you knew what I kept inside and how I feel and what I wouldn't give, just to be there in your arms and show you how much I need you. Inside and how I feel and what I wouldn't give to be there in your arms and show you how much I need you. Every life takes a different path. Every heart will find its better half. The love you get along the way will lead you to the place where my love waits for you. For you, baby, let me play for you. But to know find its better half. You get along the way. Every heart will find its better half. Every life.
All right, that was Every Life, Frank Pisani. Frank's new EP, Every Life, can be purchased at the following online retailers. That's iTunes Store, Amazon.com, CD Baby. You can also contact and book Frank at 646-258-9420. All right. I'd like to thank Frank Pisani once again for being on the Bronx Tale Podcast. And we will see you guys next week. Over and out. Bronx Tales Podcast. This is Talking About Me. Take it away, Frank.